All right. Hello, everyone. Hopefully, everything's working now, but we'll see if it actually connects. Having a couple issues here tonight with getting the stream started, but we'll see if it actually works. There we go. Everything should be working now. Hello, everybody. Hopefully this is all going to work out now. For whatever reason, starting a little bit late here as far as the stream on YouTube. I have basically 1.5 matches in through. For whatever reason, there's a couple issues with the program I'm using. Sorry guys, but tonight, nice to see you guys. I'm gonna be soloing tonight. Usually I platoon tonight, but obviously there's forces to be that don't want me to even play World of Tanks because it wasn't even live streaming correctly. Basically, how I live stream is I stream both to YouTube and Twitch at the same time, and for whatever reason, it uses Restream, and for whatever reason it wasn't connecting to YouTube, but it was connecting to Twitch, OBS, everything was connected there. Honestly, next time that happens, I'm just gonna drop Restream, to be honest, because I just had to literally I had to delete everything off of my Restream account and just reset up everything to get it to connect to YouTube, even though literally everything's the same, from like the stream key to the account URL and stuff like that, to where, oh well. Sorry about that though, starting a little bit late here. Something new with this stream, I changed the overlays a little bit around. You'll notice slightly different, mainly to get the mini map a little bit larger, but more importantly, tank requests now, which I see. Hello Latif. Please use the request command, because otherwise I will not be taking them. It's getting a little bit too much for me to pick out tank requests every single stream and throughout the whole stream without using tank requests on YouTube. The request command, it's up on the tank request list now, so it's always visible. So please use that, or else I won't be able to take tank requests from you. But more or less, yes, lots of snow here. I've been a little bit busy, to where we got actually more snow than most in New Jersey. We got about 1.5 feet of snow where I'm at. Literally, you can drive around here right now, but our roads are still like partially covered with a ton of snow drifts, and yeah, it just was a few hours ago that we actually got more of our roads in our neighborhood here plowed out, to where we had to help one of our neighbors actually get out of their driveway today because they got stuck. But I'm not too sore. I'm a little bit tired, but for the most part, I shoveled everything yesterday. I got it done in one go. It took me about 3 hours though. So it was a lot of work. I'm concerned about the T57 mainly. I don't want to take too much damage from him, so he moved up. I should be able to get KV1 out without using APCR. I don't know how I gets bounce off of him unless I hit him on that like really sloped upper bit. But Lord, how are they letting? I don't know how they're letting. Oh God, I guess hit our T28 by accident. Sorry, dude. At least I didn't do any HP damage, but I don't like. We have a T29 in the center and the PZ T25 behind him, to where I don't get how they let these guys come through here. The mystery. But hopefully tonight goes better than, I just played a match in the Centurion Action X. I'll add that back into the tank request queue since somebody requested that earlier. And I played a match in the M4 with Jeffrey. But, you know, since the stream wasn't really working out, it only showed up on Twitch. Thanks for letting me know it didn't work on both. For whatever reason, I am late like this when it is scheduled. Most likely there is some sort of technical problem. But, yeah. But hi, everybody. Just trying to catch up here with things since, you know, everything's kind of going not according to plan. I was already I was a few minutes late to begin with already, and yeah, but unfortunately we got blown out here. Hello, well, Mojo. But yeah. So a couple changes. I'm gonna hop into the Centurion Action X since, you know, that was the first request technically. Top damage on my team, but unfortunately we just got blown out here. Yeah, with all the snow, we've had a little bit of extra work added on to where even Levi, it's been so cold and so much snow, which I will let you know, Jeffrey, next time I can platoon, but it's gonna be next Thursday and Friday stream. I can't keep messaging, but that's something where I did want to honestly bring up to where, you know, please use the request command now for tank requests or else I won't be able to play them. You know, it is up on the screen now, so there's no excuse not to use it if you're on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, you know, the chat's slower over there where you can add stuff without commands since I don't have a chat bot. But, you know, also with platooning, I'm still going to be platooning Thursday and Fridays, just I'm a little bit, you know, behind here today, so that's why I'm soloing. But, you know, I'm going to try, when people message me in game, it does get a little bit distracting sometimes, so I'm going to answer them after streams now. You know, it's not to offend anybody, but, you know, there's times where I keep getting messages from people watching and typing in game instead of the stream chat, so I'm gonna start toning back on that as well, since it's, you know, I only have a certain amount of time to stream to where it does distract me a little bit, and, you know, it's already hard multitasking to begin with, so just, you know, I'm trying not to be mean or anything. It's just, it's harder with the amount of people that do watch every stream for me to basically keep a brisk pace and keep on track to where if I get distracted, that's when I start honestly playing like I have no clue where I'm even driving because I'm, you know, looking at 4 or 5 different other things. But anyway, thank you very much for the tip, Grigsby. The grind does take a while, yes. At least, like, with the Top Gun for the T20, it does become, yeah, it's an alright tank to play, especially for a tier 7 medium. Once you have that Top Gun, you at least can do damage to where other, oh lord, tier 7 mediums don't have that luxury. Thank you, M20 or M48. I mean, not M24. Crap! I did not want to shoot that. It's just I'm also looking. This T49 honestly needs to die. It's a little bit annoying that I keep missing him. Thank you. Just right now, we shouldn't be pushing on that T10. We have a very easy shot on a T28 prototype that is currently, I don't know why they're still trying to push into him. Like, M48's gonna die. The T54, we need to pull back, dude. We can't fight a tier 10 with that big of a gun on a medium, and also a tier 9 heavy as well. Like, we just need to fall back. It's not a strange concept. like we had a slight advantage once we say got the T49 out, but trying to hold a corner against those two tanks, it just wasn't working. Like I just got nailed by a bat chat. It's just, you know, if it's not working, why stick with it? Like I'm probably gonna die here without another shot. It's just I can't pull back because there's a bat chat here. But you know, it's just kind of annoying where they kept trying to push around that corner, and if it's not working for the first like 3 or 4 shots you're taking, obviously it's not going to work continuing that. Still eked out 2200 damage, but at the end of the day, we're most likely going to lose this because I'm looking at the mini map and we had 3 people pretty far up there that weren't really fighting much. Which, when it comes to any commands, guys, you know, don't use any capital letters if anyone's doing that, because it won't show up. But anyway, hopping into the ST1 after this guy, I am going to be mixing in a few of my kind of picks tonight too, or at least that was the plan before Restream decided to kind of throw a wrench into things. Hello Josh and Jacob though, and Merlin. I do that a lot too, GG. I sell the premium consumables. Make sure they're not on sale though. Like right now they're 25% off, so that's something to keep an eye on. Honestly, as far as the in-game communication, it's perfectly fine, Jeffrey. You can message people, there's in-game voice. Most people use like Discord or TeamSpeak though. It's just, you know, at least when it comes from me, honestly, I really don't have too much time to, you know, I mostly stream when I play World of Tanks, to where usually when I'm on, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to chat with people because I'm setting up a stream or playing, stuff like that. Where, you know, that's where I always point people. There's an invite to my Discord in the video description. Always point people there because that's the easiest way to, you know, kind of chat about things in the game. I check that a few times a day. Plus, you know, there's, I think we're up to, forget, we usually have at least 20-30 people online, the WoT Guru Discord. Or I guess it's called Menz and Friends, but yeah, usually there's plenty of people on. Almost all play World of Tanks, some play a couple different games, but for the most part everybody plays World of Tanks. I knew he was gonna come out. I should have stayed aimed him there. Alright. But yeah, I thought I was gonna get a little bit more done with a few stream things though, but pretty much I got the overlays changed to where I've been wanting to do this for a little bit, as far as getting a few things set up to where I can get the mini-map bigger. But also I did change, basically each stream there's only a certain amount of challenges available. I did kind of leave the HP totals the same, but I did adjust the prices a little bit for them. Thank you very much for tipping Levi a biscuit, Victor. This poor little dog, he loves the snow, to where the first time he went out in it, so in our backyard we have like a large deck right off of our back door, and he went running out because I made him a little path. He went running out and got himself stuck in a snowbank, to where he like jumped into it and he couldn't reach the ground. Like he was just suspended in midair. It was kind of funny. Like his feet wouldn't touch the deck, I knew he was gonna chuck heat, and this is probably not gonna be too bright either. But I did not want to get hit by that M48. This M103 is gonna be able to kill me now. He was just kind of moving his legs, and he couldn't move anywhere. He's like, "Help, help me, Ryan! Help me, Cody!" I'm not really playing too well right now. Granted, I'm getting a lot of heat chucked my way, specifically by the M103, but could be doing a little bit better here. We are in a pretty commanding lead to where I'm just kind of waning. Now it should be safer for me to move back a little bit here. But he's had a pretty good time with the snow for the most part. It is, it is pretty tough to bring him out though without like all 4 of his little dog booties on and stuff like that, because it's so cold. It's like 10 degrees out that, he doesn't really enjoy that part of it. I don't think I'm gonna reload in time for this badger. I freaking hit him wrong, and he's gonna be able to reload before I even... Oh, thank you very much, M46. Really surprised he was able to pen him. Somehow though, I am still alive. I didn't really get any recordings. I have a couple pictures of stuff, but we might be able to get things like tomorrow or the next day. It's just, honestly, it's so cold outside without gloves. Like earlier today, we had to help one of our neighbors. They got stuck in the road because there's still so much snow covering in the middle of the roads here. Technically you're not supposed to drive today, they're telling us, but a lot of people are. However, they got stuck, so I took my gloves off to kind of help push their car and shovel it out. It was like 4 minutes and my hands are throbbing. It's that cold out. It's a little hard to get, we only have cell phones for cameras. A little hard to get videos when, it's that cold to can't even operate your phone outside. Pretty good match though. 3,100 damage, 1,100 blocked, and 2,500 assist. But I really like pushing on encounter for Ensk. I was really afraid I was gonna die there because I did take a few shots. And this did end up being an ace tanker too. But you go, little buddy. You got some biscuits. I was very happy I didn't end up dying. Got an ace tanker, and I think it was 2 shots I took that I shouldn't have, but I guess it worked out in the end. Thanks for requesting this. I ended up this is my first ace, I think, in about 3 streams, I believe. Which that's another thing I did change around a little bit. You'll get more biscuits per ace tanker, and also mastery badge first classes every time I get a battle here. During the stream. So I tweaked around a few things with Fussbot to where on the surface not much it looks different, but a few prices change, the amount of things change, like for challenges that you can get per stream. But overall not too different right now. I'm really glad that ended up being ace. I haven't played that tank much. I just repurchased it to where I ground through that line before actually there were marks of excellence, mastery badge, ace tankers, or even an ST1 or STI in that hello Abdul, nice to see you line, to where I played it back when the IS4 was a tier 9. But I'm gonna try my best to get something as far as a video for Levi. So Granted, yeah, it is pretty damn cold in the Northeast and like Canada and stuff, to where like tonight's supposed to be like 8 degrees here and tomorrow night like 5 degrees. That's like, we will rarely hit that temperature here in Cape May. Hello, Phil. Nice to see you. But I'm gonna try to get some pictures up for you guys on Discord. And, you know, next stream maybe I'll show a few of them off too. We need Abdul to request more tanks. He does get a lot of ace picks. But like, even like right now with like, our roads aren't still plowed in the neighborhoods, and even the main roads aren't like 100% clear. And the snow stopped, you know, well over 24 hours ago. It's been like maybe 30 hours or so since it stopped snowing. But we have the local thank you very much, Dana, for the tip. I'm glad you enjoyed the last match there. Thank you very much again. We have like our local, like the MUA, they, you know, we have like real plow trucks, like, you know, the massive ones that drop down rock salt, stuff like that, whatever stuff they spew out, and they can pretty much plow through anything. But we got so much snow here that the MUA has like all of their just like standard work trucks out. So, you know, like F-250s and stuff, like normal trucks, to where they're the ones going around plowing a lot of stuff, and they barely even can push it. That's how much snow we got. Because usually in Cape May County we get like, you know, half the amount of snow as usual, if anywhere is getting snow around us, just because it's typically warmer here. But yeah, it's not the case this time. But luckily Ryan and I don't really have to go too many places until Sunday or Monday. There is that Borsig still back there. I'm pretty sure I hit him with the first shot, but I could be wrong. And he's still not there. He's tucked up further to the left, I believe. Or he could have, honestly, he could have got out there. We live near the Coast Guard base, yes. But, you know, outside of rescuing people from like the ocean, the bay and stuff, it's not like they do too much outside of clear out their portion of Cape May. But where I live, you know, New Jersey, where people always ask me like, oh, you live in New Jersey, like, that sucks. It's different here, to where it's, you know, it's a seasonal town, to where it's smaller, there's less people living here. So while it is kind of built up in areas like the barrier islands and stuff, for the most part, you know, there's not too many resources available given the year-round population, and it's pretty low. But nah, I like living where I live. Honestly, it's, you know, outside of a few little issues, it's, you know, it's a pretty fun place to live for most of the year. Honestly, would never want to move to Florida, to be honest, no offense. Hello CJ, nice to see you, and Dom, and Nunya. Well, I try streaming nights on weekends, since I know it's a little bit easier for people to watch me at sometimes, since a lot of people do work. God, I just hit him in the mantlet. Honestly, not that we definitely will lose if I die, but we'll definitely lose if these guys can push through us here. Doing the old ride up the mountain trick. Ooh, this is gonna be a toughie. Thank you. That worked out. A lot of people, especially TDs like that, they won't kind of do a wall ride up the mountain. You can just kind of slip past them. It's really hard for TDs like that to aim while they're sliding left and right. But he could have stopped me if he paid a little bit more closer attention, but luckily he didn't. But yeah, as far as like Navy goes, we do have, honestly, it's the end of the Parkway in New Jersey where there used to be like the barracks and stuff. The museum that's located near my house, it's called Naval Air Station Wildwood. That, you know, and the airport here used to be part of a Navy base, but that was back pre World War II, specifically I think even earlier than that, to where it got shut down after that. And it kind of, I guess, progressed into the Coast Guard base, which it trains. The Coast Guard base basically trains almost every member of the Coast Guard. Specifically, you know, on the East Coast and the mainland, where I think there is a smaller one located on the West Coast. But pretty much anyone in the Coast Guard at one point or another probably has been to Cape May and has probably graduated here. Another pretty good match though, 2,500 damage, almost 1,000 assist. Not too much blocking, so. But I saw your message on Discord a little ago, Graham, thanks for that. I'm trying. Alright, but yeah, that's a pretty nice win. Almost 200,000 credits gross profit, but top 2 damage, I think. No, top 3 damage, top 2 experience, and a pretty good match there. Hey, little dog, stop that. I need to keep an eye on him because hopefully his paws get better in the next day or so. Or else he's going to be making a trip back to the vet. Alright, so I have a heavy tank request. I almost picked this last stream. Why don't I play the Chrysler K? I don't know if... I think he was just in a battle. I know, the mod 1 I would have honestly bounced off of him, but with APCR, you know, I could go through his angled armor. Hello, Cut. Nice to see you. Only one Taco Bell there. Yeah, we drive through Bridgeton when we're going up to like Philly or where Ryan grew up. That sounds pretty cool, Nunya. I'm honestly surprised I'm playing decent right now because I'm still kind of keeping an eye on OBS and trying to fix a couple things over here. So playing catch up still. I'm not showing it though. Alright, there's no arty, so I'm actually going to position myself over this way. I am bottom tier though, so whether or not this is going to work is all going to hinge on what tanks are up here and specifically if they're chucking gold rounds or not. Alright, awesome. I should have realized that. It's Tiger 2 though, I don't know what he's doing. There we go. Which I'll update. I need to update the donation goal here after this battle. Thank you very much again for the tips, guys. It's helping cheer me up a little bit from the stream getting messed up for the first 20 minutes. Let's say this Udez, I really wish that we'd kill him. It's just we don't have Artie. I'm kind of keeping an eye on what tanks I have that can help me. It's not that much. Like, there's a Type 4. The Scorpion G is not able to hit anybody over here, to be honest. To where I don't have too much help. Like, you should go over here. Like, there is that HWK, but for the most part, he can get better shots and still remain safe as long as he moves over and keeps an eye on the mini-map circles. But putting a heavy here typically works out decent when there's not much already to contend with. I'm surprised I didn't spot that T44 again. But the Udez knows what he's doing. He's just kind of spotting, pulling back, waiting for a safe shot when I'm kind of distracted. Hello Sasuke, nice to see you. And Uzbekistanian. Can't pronounce your name, but hello nonetheless. I see your request or challenge too, Will. I'll get to that shortly here. Now I'm kind of in a pickle because I would like to push, but the Type 4 isn't pushing. I guess I'm gonna go for it. Crap, that freaking light tank we couldn't even spot. Because I can bounce, like the T44, I can bounce somewhat effectively. It's just this Udez that if I push down here, I'm kind of screwed. Specifically, like, he can pretty much pen, with the amount of penetration he has, he can pen some of my tougher bits of armor. I have a feeling that this Object 140 is going to get me, but I have kind of no choice but to keep backing up here. Now they're finally pushing up. Great. T44 and T10. That's what I needed, because I'm not going to start chucking APCR rounds at a T44 I can barely hit. Where once they get up, if they can kill the T44, this will be kind of over for the enemy. At least if they can kill him in a timely manner. Because we should be able to push down here pretty well. I just need to hope I don't get hit from over here, which... that guy, he definitely saw me. I don't really like that light tank, but it, you know, it still has a crap ton of camouflage, tier 10 light gun, and it still hurts, especially when I only have 130 HP. I'm gonna see though if he gives me another shot here. No. Could have hit him if I stayed back further, but not down here. Still kind of waiting for those two up there to do something. Probably is cold in Siberia, yes. Like, honestly, I usually don't mind the cold much, but you know, it's with the amount of snow we got and how cold it is, like, it hurts. Like, if you have any skin that's exposed here, because it's like 10 degrees, 30-mile-per-hour winds, it stings actually going outside. That I don't like. Need to hope he does not know where to shoot me. Yep, he knows where to shoot me. He's coming for my lower plate. Yeah. He has APCR too. Object 140 was flanking me. I had no hope, but we're down to 4 minutes, which shouldn't come into play here, but we really need this side to break it open and push. Unfortunately for them, they have, you know, 3 really heavily armored tanks over there, but we just kind of blew it on our flank. we're just way too slow, and I still don't know what that TD's doing. Like, you're playing a little bit too far back to actually shoot anybody. So I'm just catching up on a couple things before I'm gonna get to William's challenge. It's gonna be in a grind. I'm gonna have to do 1.5 times the HP total, damage, assist, and blocked. I'm just updating this so to the donation goal. That way it just says the right thing up there. Thank you very much again, Dana and Grigsby. Alright, so I have a grind challenge. What do I have to grind here? Got a couple lower tiers. I have the T30 100. I have the Nashorn. Let's see. I've got the Nashorn, ARL 44. I think I've done grind challenges in those recently, so I'm gonna pick the T30 100 here when it comes to the challenge. So I'm gonna have to do a grand total of 1,650 between block damage and assist damage. Honestly, the whole global warming thing, I really wish when it first started gaining popularity, because honestly it's climate change. It's not specifically global warming, even though it is warming, you know, across, you know, averaged out. But I really wished it was called something differently to begin with, so more people took it seriously rather than, oh, it's cold out in January. There's no such thing as global warming. But I'll leave it at that. Try not to discuss political things, so hopefully, you know, please don't fight in chat about the whole thing. Sorry for bringing it up. I kind of missed my chance for a free shot there. Oops, sorry, Scorpion G. At least I didn't block him completely. Actually might be a little tough for me to get this accomplished. Ooh, that Cromwell B, if he makes it, that's good. Take your shot, Scorpion, please, pretty please. Yeah, I was thinking about pushing to the center, but it changed very quickly when I saw the AMX 1375. Because even if I made it there, I would have taken a lot more damage than what it was worth to be able to get him out. Kind of banking on the Borsig popping out here. Usually, you know, players do that. Which there was a little bit of news coming out today for World of Tanks. So the MTLs or MTS, it's like 1G14 or something. I've mentioned it a few times before, and I do have a couple of videos up of it from years ago when I had a media account. Wargaming is currently rebalancing it on super tests, basically nerfing it because it's completely ridiculous at low tiers. So it's the only tank in the game with 2 guns on it, you know, sticking out of the same spot, and both are usable. It doesn't look like it in the Visually, the model, because Wargaming doesn't have it and implement it in the game for that model, visually they don't appear like they work together, but statistically, and it does fire out 2 shells at the same time, it does have dual guns on it, to where only tank that currently has that in the game, they're currently rebalancing it on super tests to make it viable. I have a feeling it's going to be, like, people think it's going to be sold or raffled off or whatever. I think Wargaming, it's going to be tied into the new personal missions that they're doing. It's going to be one of basically the first reward of the new batch of personal missions. I could be wrong, but that's my initial kind of like gut feeling about it. Which I still have a ways to go to get this challenge. Again, I'm not too sure I'm going to be able to get to it here, but here's to hoping this Borsig is... Yep, he's there. At least one of them's there. The other TD that I did not want to get hit by, I got done in by chasing after I Am Bread. At least it was the smaller of the 2 TDs. I took a chance there and obviously it didn't work. It's just pushing across here isn't very safe for me. Right now I'm gonna at least go up and see if I can get kind of a cheapy shot on a Cromwell. Just, I have 55 seconds till my ammo rack gets fixed. I don't think I'm gonna live that long, to be honest. Yeah. Here's my last shot. Yeah, I'm definitely going to die here. Oh well. See, I had to get to 1,650. If I didn't hit anybody, I think I was just under that, to be honest, for William's challenge here. But, you know, we lost. I did top 2 damage. I did get it. I hit a couple blind shots there. Specifically, I got 1 shot on that Borsig, 267 damage. So that 1 blind shot hitting saved it for me. Thank you very much for the challenge though, Will. It was a close one. Again, I had to get to 1,650 between damage blocked, with 0 given this tank, and also assist damage, a little under 400. So, thanks again, Will. Just inched you out there. Well, as far as I mean in game, currently it's the only tank in World of Tanks that has dual guns, and they actually function like they have dual guns on it. It could potentially pave the way for the, you know, ST2 essentially at tier 10. However, I think it's going to be the personal missions tank, the first one. So instead of winning like I think it's like a Stug, the first personal mission reward, it's going to be that tank, which is a tier 3. But as far as like adding in secondary guns and other things, I don't think they're going to do that. They kind of state it. I think for like special events they will, but they stated that there's not enough tanks to honestly make it that high of a priority. I kind of agree with them on that, because like certain low tier tanks like the M3 Lee could benefit. Some of the lower tier Churchills like B1 Heavy, I think something else down there, they could benefit from it. But you know, even the mouse maybe against lights, but even then, you know, World of Tanks doesn't need it. You know, it would be a nice feature, but I think it'll be relegated to special modes. But tanks that specifically have the dual barrels sticking out of the turrets, like this low tier they're rebalancing now, and potentially the ST2, those I see being more worthwhile for them doing, because they can at least implement, and it's not like it's a huge thing for them to do. Honestly, it's just updating the tank models themselves. I'm not gonna push this side. I'm honestly probably gonna get artied to death. Well, you know, Vertic, as far as World of Tanks only having one game mode, there's random battles, they have ranked battles now, 30v30. Specifically, what I'm waiting for, the 30v30 frontline is going to make an appearance this year, they said. There's Clan Wars. They technically have tournaments, not that they're not that popular anymore. And they have strongholds to where, you know, if it isn't broke, don't, you know, basically don't fix it. You know, unfortunately, some people, you know, they want more out of wargaming, which, you know, the 30v30 frontline, I think a lot of people will freaking love. Like, I thought it was a blast to play when I got to test it. But, you know, a game can only hold your attention for so long to where take a break, play a different game. But, you know, I feel like more maps would definitely help. I don't think they need to change random battles or add in a lot of different game modes, because there isn't enough interest for people to play those different game modes rather than grinding out in standard battles. There's a lot of different reasons because of that, but there's something about this game that, you know, even people love to hate it, they still play it, or even if they don't play it, they still, you know, watch it or talk on the forums about it. So there's something with this game to where a lot of other games that people end up hating and, you know, speak out about it, they don't hang around for years even though they haven't played that many battles. So I really wish I picked the other flank because I'd have more to do. But I'm gonna try to end up pushing up here. I guess I have to do it a little bit differently. Specifically a little bit more heat heavy than I would like to do, but a lot of people chuck heat out of this for a reason. It's just ridiculous with its heat penetration. Kind of hope that Artie has decided to ignore me. Probably not, though. But I didn't want to push up here because if my friends die, which most likely they will, I'm going to be kind of left out here on my own. I can kind of run towards the center, but who knows if that's going to be a safe option. But I kind of feel bad being the top tier heavy and not having really pushed anywhere or did a lot of damage or soaking up damage. And it's usually what you need out of your top tiers, and I'm kind of dropping the ball when it comes to that. But I'm playing to the strengths of this tank now, just chucking heat at things, and if I hit them, I pen them. You do that again. M48. It's T69 I'm not too worried about. The M4 A1 Rev I'm a little bit concerned about. The other side's doing okay. There's their M4. Crap, I didn't think he'd be up there. Trying to get their M48 to get out to where more than just myself I can shoot at him, but with that M4A1 there, hoping I don't take a shot from him, but I should be able to get him out. Honestly, I thought he'd be back at the other building, but this is kind of good. Now that he's here, I can focus on him, then I can kind of plop up to the next tank. This Batchat 12T is going to kill our Artie, but it's not that important at this point. Someone else can catch him or we can kind of wrap them up at the end. Well, T69's lucky here. World of Tanks actually did have before, I forget what exactly it was called, but they did have, I'm drawing a blank on what it was called, but it was basically a different matchmaker queue. Or not queue. It was the same matchmaking for random battles, but under different guidelines, to where basically it was one specific nation against another specific nation. They tried it out for one patch and then they got rid of it because I think it would work in today's game. Back then it was just the US, Germany, Russia, and France, and then, you know, they had a Chinese Type 59 premium, but that was pretty much it for other nations. To where in this game mode, one side of a 15 versus 15 battle would all be one nation. They removed it because French tanks had the only autoloaders in the game, and at a lot of tiers they would just honestly wipe the floor because they could run out as a team. They all have, you know, these high alpha clips available to them, and they would just literally, you know, annihilate groups of tanks. It's getting ready to hit if he missed them. Not the best match though in the WZ111 5A, but you know, 2,500 damage. I kind of made the best out of it. I was playing this a little bit too safe, but it worked and we won. Confrontation, yes, that's what it was called. I thought it was a decent mode. It wasn't the most balanced, but it was fun when you came across it. But I think it would do better if they made it two nations. You know, say American and like I would say random. I wouldn't do Axis versus Allies. I would just do, say, American and Germany versus like French and Czech tanks. Like, just have it completely random. I think that could be interesting. But top 4 damage here, and yeah, overall I'll take it. Let me start a giveaway since, you know, I was running a little bit behind. So we got the first giveaway here. Winner wins 1,100 Levi biscuits. Yeah, they canceled it since it was very unbalanced, specifically with French tanks. Levi has a pick here, so I'm actually gonna hop into. Levi would like to see a TD, specifically a Nashorn. I briefly saw that TV series, Greatest Tank Battles, but I don't think, I tried watching it. It was a little too cheesy, and honestly not a lot of it seemed, real, to be honest. Like, the basis of it was real, but a lot of, like, the visuals and stuff seemed really far off. We have AMX-30B, which again, for anybody watching that did request a tank, you know, it is on my new overlays now, pretty much every single one of them, to where you can see above the tank request, above the mini-map, the request command to use to request tanks. It's really hard for me to catch every single message now, since chat moves pretty fast, to where, you know, I do my best to catch them, but unless you use the request command, I can't guarantee anymore that your request is going to get on the list here. Alright. There's nothing wrong with CGI, it's just, it was really, really cheesy and over dramatized CGI. Right, you're gonna pop out here again, I feel like. Hello, Blake. Nice to see you. Yeah, requests too, they are case sensitive to where I have everything. If you type everything in lowercase letters, you'll be guaranteed to work. Otherwise, Fussbot's very temperamental. Sometimes, honestly, it works with capitals for some commands, but I know with the tank request command, and also raffle, it doesn't work with capital letters. I don't know why, but I think only for custom commands it works for case sensitivity. Honestly, I'm wanting to shoot people and move up, but given this tank, I'm really afraid to do that, but I kind of have to, or else I'm not going to get any more shots over here. Which I missed it a few minutes ago, but thank you to the person that did subscribe. I can't pronounce your name, unfortunately, but God, he's gonna get a shot on me regardless, to where I might as well try to take a shot on him. I don't know, where's he shooting? Because he should have damaged me. Not that I'm complaining that he hasn't. Yeah, I need to cut my losses. I'm gonna get hit one more time before I get back. I might actually get artied. Confrontation, it was when French tanks were in the game. So I remember specifically the autoloaders being a problem. But it was just one nation versus another. It wasn't Axis versus Allies or anything like that. I was banking on him not being able to see me through that. Oh well. I do not know my bushes too well there. Thank you very much, Blake, for the subscription. Well, that joke's gonna go over my head now because that's a long joke for me right now. I usually like jokes. Some of them go right over my head though. Congratulations, John, on winning the raffle. Alright, we got a purple overlay here, which for now, the time being, I took off the Halloween overlay, Christmas overlay, and the New Year's overlay. Not that they get picked very often outside of the holidays. I didn't have enough time to redo them. All these ones with the different colors, I'm able to just change the color very easily in Photoshop. To where the other ones like Halloween and stuff, I have to like go in and add specific features to the overlays. Hello, Fester. Nice to see you. I might have been able to shoot him, but yeah, that was a little bit late. Thank you, Jackie. Honestly, I took a little bit of a gamble there that my gun was going to get down in time. It doesn't have that much gun depression. Awesome. I got artied. I know I was spotted, but I am really honestly impressed that they ended up, that was a direct hit, it seemed like, as well. Oh well. I should have turned more. I only turned a little bit, but that's my fault. So I have a T95 up here next. Need to start using these a little bit more. There we go. As far as my little filters in the garage. Excuse me. It was getting a little hard to talk. I don't know what it is about drinking. I drink coffee, so I'm a little bit like perky and stuff on the stream, but it makes it really hard for me to talk for some reason. I think it's better without it, but yeah. Honestly, like this, I had a lot going on, you know, before the holidays and stuff, and those are the streams where I am a little bit distracted sometimes, to where you know, I wish that I had more time some days to do, you know, do different stuff, but, you know, I did a couple giveaways leading up to the holidays, which thank you very much, John, for helping with that. And, you know, doing a couple different things with giving games and stuff out, but sometimes it does distract me a little bit. Hopefully, you know, I fixed a couple things with the overlay now. It doesn't look like much of a difference, but this will help me in the long run. I fixed a couple fussbot chat, the items that you can purchase. That'll help me. Excuse me. So I'm trying to fix a couple things that distract me a little bit. So it'll be better for everybody. They didn't send as much to the town as I thought they would. But, oh god, they got an Oni. I think there's actually one more tank over here with the Oni, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna take my shot on this guy though first. I know I can hit him. Oh god, they're T95s over here. And I fired at that guy first, unfortunately, so this guy has a freebie on me. Luckily he missed. And I just missed his cupola. That's not good. I don't understand why people all pile into the center though when I knew he was gonna chuck APCR when the flag is on this side. It doesn't make much sense to me. Like, you're not able to reset them. I might actually die if, you know, I get one more hit from the T95. Like, I swapped over to APCR for him as well, but once I missed his cupola that first shot, you know, there's not much I could have done. I was trying to angle a little bit, but if you angle too much, you can actually shoot through the track wheel. I was kind of hoping this Oni would give me a shot on him. I cannot pen that. I can't even... I don't even think that the T95's on cap. He could be, but yeah, I missed him. Luckily these guys are pushing in. But unfortunately, you know, certain premium shells do negate the T95's armor. I could shoot him with APCR, but it's not a guarantee to actually go through his front plate with an APCR shell. Excuse me again. Honestly struggling to find my... Thank you for angling. Find my shot here. I already missed twice on the cupola for the T95. I don't want to miss again. Yes, I would say the M103 is definitely a tank that, yeah, that's what I was afraid of, APCR bouncing off of him. M103, you definitely at least want to not have the stock gun. You don't need the top gun, but at least get the one upgraded gun on it. Get the upgraded turret, potentially like the engine too helps. But it is one of the harder stock grinds. Unfortunately, most nations have like one really hard stock grind, and you know, unfortunately for the US tree, I do like it overall, but it does have a hard time coming from the T32, which when it's elite, it's passable, but it's still not the best tier 8 heavy by a long shot, unless you're hull down and you really know where to shoot tanks. But then you go right into the M103, which if you don't get some of the, upgraded modules, it is pretty hard to play it. I did most amount of damage somehow. I don't know how. I definitely didn't block as much damage as the T95 typically does, but we got ourselves a win there. but specifically for the M103, you know, you don't need to get the top 120 technically to get to the E5. I would still unlock it though, but at least grab the first 120 millimeter with it, and potentially even the turret could help, but you know, it's not necessarily required. But I would say at least get the better gun. I'm surprised Wargaming didn't give it that gun to start with, because when they specifically took the T34 as a tier 9 heavy and moved it to a premium, it was because of the T34 stock grind was, honestly, to this day, it's still the worst grind ever. Probably in World of Tanks history, the T34 at tier 9 for a heavy. Once you got it elite, it was one of the best tier 9 heavies. Granted, there was only 3 at the time. I think 4 by the time they removed it. But the stock grind was terrible. Imagine playing a T34 with, as far as the gun on it now, a little bit more accurate, a little bit more DPM, and it has a little bit more mobility. But imagine playing that at tier 9 and expecting to carry your team. Didn't exactly work out well. And then if you don't have it elite, imagine taking that 120 millimeter off and giving it the 105 millimeter and expecting it to do very well. It was terrible. Yes, thanks Victor for reminding me there. I forgot about that for a second. Hopefully I don't crash here. I'm definitely gonna crash. I'm gonna go with it though. There we go. We got purple. Sorry for whoever I ran into. Hello, Marga. Yes, specifically the T95 on the front. There's a couple flat bits, the vertical sections. You can punch through that with APCR. And I believe there might be a very small spot around the gun, but I wouldn't try for that. When I bounced off of the T95's hull, I aimed a little bit too low, and it's slightly angled there, so that's why I bounced off of him. Good night, Phil. Thank you very much for watching. Glad you could catch a little bit, even though my first like 20 minutes of the stream was pretty dark. At least on YouTube. I'm gonna honestly have to figure out restream and make sure that doesn't happen again. I don't see why it happened, but I'm gonna have to do a little bit of debugging. Because I do like dual streaming to both YouTube and Twitch, so people have a choice where to watch me. But, you know, if it affects YouTube, like it did for this stream, yeah, I don't want that to happen ever again. I can show my stats, yes. I'll do it after this battle. I'm the same way. Even though I do have a lot of free experience, I do try to save it at times. Like the VK101P, the Malshin. Last stream, I just got the VK101P done because the engine upgrade isn't really a necessity. Same thing with the Malshin, where there's certain times where I do kind of hold off using it if it's not required, even though I have so much of it. But fortunately this is not gonna go too well. It's assault mode, and they actually played this like they should. They won the side that they should have won, and we unfortunately didn't push the side that we should have pushed. But being bottom tier, I was not really keen on rushing out on a Hellcat into tier 8s. So I'll leave it at that. Hoping that guy's still there. Nope. Thanks for the offer, Jeffrey, but no thanks. I don't think that will help me, to be honest. I am very good at multitasking, but I don't think you understand like the problems I have during streaming sometimes. Like, there's only so much one person feasibly can do. Where unlike other streamers, I actually read the chat almost every single message unless it's going way too fast. And I do my best to reply to everybody, but it's only so much one person can do, so. Awesome, he's out. Yes, where I was, I usually don't go to that hill because once you fire, you're typically gonna die because so many people point their guns at that spot. Thank you for missing me. Okay, he's gonna come around that way. Hoping I can shoot him through this little gap, but we'll see if he actually fires. Whoopsie daisy. Really? zero damage crit. Yeah, he's... at least I got the kill. We're still not out of the woods. There's only 5 minutes left, and we have to push through the toughest area to actually push through. Honestly, we need to somehow push through this side. We only have 3 of their tanks spotted, you know, near their cap, so that leaves 2 kind of unseen. I'm hoping they can kill. Good, they killed the Patriot, but I'm hoping that I can push up to at least here without encountering anything. I made it in Photoshop. Anything you see images made, I make in Photoshop. I'm very lucky to have one of the last versions before they went to a subscription model. So I wouldn't be able to afford it otherwise if I had to pay monthly. Oh, I guessed wrong on him. He's who I was trying to shoot behind that building. I don't think he actually saw me. Ow. That actually hurt. My mouse got caught on something. It doesn't help that I'm cold. Like, yeah, with how cold it is outside, it doesn't matter how warm it is in the house here, I'm still gonna be cold. Down to 3 minutes left. Where are you? There you are. I'm just gonna take a... and of course it's another 0 damage crit. Really concerned about that already staring at me, and now this guy. Really don't want him to ram me either. Hello, Mr. Hummel. Are you going to end me? Thank God. Alright, we got this now. Which I think I said hello to Super Cat. If I missed you, sorry about that. Right, so Mastery Badge 2nd class. Yeah, towards the middle of the pack in damage, but I think that was decent for Hellgat bottom tier. It's really iffy if you're trying to play aggressively, which fortunately when I had to push up later in the match it wasn't that difficult since there weren't that many tanks, but in the end still ended up with a pretty decent fight. Hello, nice guy. Nice to see you. And Dylan. And Sam, nice to see you as well. The logo for our clan here, I just honestly made it. Vanamir starts with a V, so as far as making a logo though, like I took a few years of like design classes for like not like business, but it was back in high school, but I used to do the school newspaper, so I have a lot of stuff from that as far as like how to make a logo and whatnot. Unfortunately, I don't think Ryan's mother is going to make it here. She was supposed to fly in today, return from Hawaii, but they got stuck in Denver yesterday because of the snow. And, or no, they got stuck in Denver. Yeah, it was yesterday. To where she's not going to make it to New Jersey until tomorrow, but I don't think she's actually going to make it here because she has to fly back to Florida from a different airport, to where I think she's getting here and then driving to her father's house and then flying, or no, she's flying out Sunday. I don't think she's going to make it down here though. We still have a ton of snow to where I wouldn't want to come down here, to be honest. Like, say if you go like 30 minutes north of us, it goes from like 1.5 feet of snow down to like 8 inches, so it's a little bit more manageable. But she was going to stay with us for a couple days, and yeah, she's been in Denver for the past few days. That's always a good feeling, Lobobo. I like capping people out under those circumstances. I hate when it happens to me, but it's nice when you're benefiting from it. I really wish I was in a heavy that had a little bit more armor on the front. It's just the IS-4, you can make it work when like you can angle and stuff, but I'm probably gonna take a crap ton of fire here. Like, I'll spot him. It's just Artie is my main concern here. There's a T110E4 somewhere, but there's just one of them, to where I think I am going to, thank you Artie for hitting him, I think I'm just going to push it here. One go. I'm going to forego that spot. Unfortunately, that guy gets spotted me, but I'm hoping that I can push straight down here. And specifically, there's their E4. And unfortunately, he hit me in the frickin' engine deck. That kind of pisses me off. But, I'm gonna light up all of their tanks here. I've got to keep an eye on that E4. He can push me. If my team doesn't hit him coming into me, I won't be able to shoot him until he actually gets down to me. But sometimes when you're top tier and you know that there aren't really anybody, or there isn't really anybody on the enemy team to push, you know, that A9 spot, you're better off pushing up for your team, because it's really hard for the enemy to take shots when you push into that little ditch there without getting shot from all different which ways. Because defending this side is really heavily dependent on, I'm surprised that IS-3 gets pinned me, your TDs being able to fire safely, which this E4, I was really scared of this, is basically sitting right out in the open, and he's going to be able to get into this ditch. So I actually might die now because I'm not getting the help that I really need here. And the IS-4 is, I get 0 damage crit this guy too. The IS-4 is really weak when it comes to fighting tier 10 TDs specifically. Yeah, he's gonna be able to turn and Yep, AP right through my side. But not really getting much help here. Even the Jagdpanther 2 is able to, I guess, bounced off of his, yeah. So, great plan here for me, but unfortunately, kind of poorly executed. The Jagdpanther 2 is going to be able to take me out. I'm going to try to get up so he can't shoot me, but the FV might be able to hit me here. Whew. Maybe I live to fight another day, but already should be able to hit me here. But thank you very much, Tier 8 Heavy, for getting me a little bit of assistance. He's using APCR, so I honestly can't bounce a shot from him. If you're gonna go in there, you feel free. Fortunately, though, that led to your death, and this FV's coming to get me. I have no clue why my team is not ahead by a larger margin here, but I guess that's how things work sometimes. God, he E75, be very careful here. I also need to be very careful here. But I have no clue how I survived that. Yeah, E75 isn't able to actually damage him. Not good. This Centurion 7. Crap. I have HE loaded now, but the Cent 7, he has 2 Hess shells to where. Alright. I'm trying to stay alive here. 86 HP. I have no clue how I'm alive. I should be dead. I'm really glad I did this tactic, but I have no clue. Yeah, he got me because I can't. If I had pulled back, he would have been able to fall on me, even though, you know, he died from crashing. But unfortunately, I did hesitate. Had I kept moving up, I probably would have been able to hit him because either he crashed and died or he would have missed if I kept moving up. Little mistake though. Still a pretty fun battle though. Hello, Matt B. I will add the T49, but please use that request mark. It's on the tank request list. You know, I'm just, you know, I know you've watched the stream a few times to where anyone, unless you're a brand new viewer and you know it's an honest mistake, I do ask people to use that request queue. But yeah, it was a pretty good battle. Almost 4,000 damage, 2,000 assist, 1,700 block, but that is a tactic I do like to use. But specifically looking at the matchmaker, you know, they had a FE215B, which he's not really going to want to push up hard. To where basically, you know, whether or not they had someone up in A9, I kind of looked and, you know, I was expecting to see it maybe like an Object 140 or like something up there, a medium. But once I didn't see anything, get right to that ditch, because spotting up to, you know, this little outline I'm doing is pretty important, to where really the enemy team, if they don't have anyone up here, you're really holding them to this very small sliver of map, and it's hard for them to hold on. If they win this, bravo to them for winning, but I'm gonna be upset if we lose this. This Tiger 2's not getting on cap. See you, Graham. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Latchlin, for the subscription. If they have 59 seconds. Oh my god. If they lose this, this is a Kolbanov's medal, I believe. And this is the last time I saw it got awarded. Same specific setup to where, granted, it was a Badger that survived, but I don't think he's gonna make it. But if we had lost this, holy crap, he tried to kill himself. If that already survived and got a Kolbanov for winning, I would be. He might be one tank short, but I believe it's 6. We had live. That would have been heartbreaking. But ended up getting Mastery Badge First Class here. Pretty damn good fight in the IS4. Top damage. M103 did a very good job on their team. 57 is his username. But really glad we got that win, because if we lost that, I would have been a little bit sad, to be honest. But pretty nice fight. Getting to the next tank coming up, which is the T57. Go figure, the person's name was 57 and now we have a T57 coming up. That's kind of ironic. Alright. So I'm just gonna, honestly, I'm gonna save that match because that was actually that was a pretty fun match there. Alright, so with things going, T57 heavy. I'm gonna be starting a raffle here very shortly. Alright, so we have what? We have a T49 request. Next raffle's gonna have 1,600 Levi biscuits for the winner. Which I mentioned earlier, basically for each ace tanker now, 150 Levi biscuits for each viewer, and each first class, when they're bought in the chatbot shop, it's 750. Or no, not 750, 75, excuse me. It used to be 50 and 100 respectively. Yeah, tier 9 and 10 specifically, they really ramped the cost up for those things. I don't have much armor. I really don't want to go over this side. Sorry, team. It's a 6-4 Artie. But I gotta do it. I'd feel bad if I ditch them. We don't have that much armor over here to begin with, to where this is gonna be... I'm gonna hate myself going over here. But unfortunately, you know, trekking all the way to the center, it's not a really... This isn't a tank I could play in the center very well. I could play in the town. Honestly, I prefer to play on the town on this map, because you can control it a lot better, from preventing yourself to getting arty, getting flanked, taking shots from like way across the map. I really don't like playing this side, but if I'm spawned over here, you know, you're kind of obligated in a way to stay here, or else your team being down, you know, potentially, you know, just one tank. But if the enemies say don't put a lot of people in the center and focus on the south, then they're outnumbered like 4, 5, 6 tanks. You know, it can go south very quickly. Oh, I know that camo. It's ugly. I have it on one of my tanks. I forget which one, but god damn, it's ugly. Excuse my language. If anyone's granddaughter is watching. Oh god, that was a bad shot. Since I don't think any elementary schools are open right now in the US for viewing. Yep, there's one already shot. When in doubt, already players that start with the name C. tempted to reload, but for whatever reason, I thought this bat chat was going to pull back. Even if it was like just to spot me for a split second, I thought I was going to have a shot. I loaded up heat because typically you find, like there's an E100 now, you find like super heavy tanks for whatever reason trying to push across. Don't know why, but they end up doing it, so she is. I figured. I try not to curse every stream. I only really curse a lot when I'm in the kitchen, since it's kind of like a... Not that it's a necessity, but it's a way of coping, I guess, at times. Jeffrey, please stay on topic. You're starting to get way off topic here. I'm timing you out, so... But asking questions and expecting me to answer every single one of them, that's, you know... It's just, unfortunately we lost that guy, but I'm not able to turn the corner given that I don't have armor, and more specifically, you know, I don't have HP given that I lost a little bit earlier. I loaded up heat, but it's probably a waste of time, honestly, because I'm going to be shooting at a TVP. But that's why going to the center is not always safe. Awesome. Saved me one shell. I'm gonna swap back to AP now. Congrats, Rich, on winning the raffle. Yeah, pushing here, I'm kind of waiting. Like this IS-7 still, I'm surprised he's poking out that far. I guess all of our artilleries are aiming to north. Never give me a challenge in the IS-4. It is a pretty, you know, it is a well-rounded tank to where while you might not always win a fight head on, you can basically spot, block, and deal damage very quickly. By doing a lot of different things. Yay! Ryan found her keys. She just walked like 4 miles in the snow to get them. Not really.
It was really weird. I was outside and our neighbor's spotlight like flashed a couple of times.
Oh, it's broken.
Okay.
It's usually on in like the middle of the day. His light sensor's broken. If it was on though, I might be able to show them what it looks like outside, but...
It is on.
I don't know if my webcam would work that well.
You'd have to turn the lights off in here.
Yeah. Levi's afraid of the dark, so I think I'll pass on that.
He's not afraid of the dark. He's also passed out.
I know. Oh, I wish I had a heat shell right now. They said hi.
Hi.
She's a little chilly right now. I actually, before I go to bed, I actually have to turn the heat up a little bit because, you know, 10 degrees and 30-mile-per-hour winds. And basically all the houses here, like, Victorian houses are, you know, they're on, like, cinder blocks, basically. Our house, it has a crawl space with, like, a cinder block foundation, but... honestly, they're not insulated for this type of weather, to where I've got to turn the heat up because, like, you know, the pipes aren't like outside or anything, but my water coming out the other night out of the faucet was about 45 degrees, so it's, you know, it's starting to get a little bit too close for comfort. It's the first time for everything, Grigsby. Hey, I'm really... There. I'm really interested to see if I can kill him without getting shot, because I knew I could pen him right there. Awesome. With AP, I don't need heat for that. Most people think you need heat, but you don't. Because it's not that thick on the IS-7. So once you negate some of the angles, then it's pretty much butter. I was worried about getting shot back, though, because... Nah, he's dead. I don't have much HP right now. Luckily, like our bedroom's close to the water heater, so the water back there is fine. It's mainly just this wing of the house, basically. I really wanted to shoot you, but I saw that shell was gonna completely annihilate me. Hello, Fabio. That's not broken. That's working as intended. As far as tier 10 matchmaking. It's like the matchmaking, for as much as people complain about, like the 357, 5 and 10, and then the same tier matchups, when there's enough people on, it will, I find, at least for tier 10, it does try to make tier 10 only matches. I would recommend the T57 over the AMX 50B. The T57 basically is the least autoloader-like tank I would say is at the high tiers outside of, well, I just got annihilated. Outside of the AMX 13105, because the reload between the clips is very low, so you can pump out a lot of damage, you can reload quick, you're not like running away and stuff in and out of the fight. So, it's one of those things that I would go T57 over the AMX 50B, but I do actually want to get the AMX 50B at some point. I'm not too high on the tier 8 and 9 before it. Which hopefully we win this. I'm just turning the heat up a little bit here. Which for those of you on Discord, I did post a video to our local kind of joke weatherman, but it's kind of funny. I've mentioned it a few times on the stream here about the Cape May bubble, and this guy's video is actually pretty funny. He calls himself Sergeant Snowflake. So we have a T34 coming up next here. Did you send me a message? Will? It was popping up here, but I didn't receive anything. That's strange. Let me know if you actually sent me a message. I have a T34 up next. Well, I'm glad you like the stream, Blake. Hopefully you're around. I know I'm taking a little bit of time to get to your request, but more or less, since it seems like this is the first time you're watching me, I take tank requests every single stream, to where, usually if you aren't able to make it in the beginning, you can pre-request them on our Discord. There's a link in the video description here to join it, and I'll give you access. It's in the member section. You can pre-request the tank. Otherwise, it's like the first battle or two to where tank requests kind of fill up, and I get like a little bit of a backlog. But pretty much every stream, the viewers, you know, pick the tanks I play. I'll throw in like random tanks here or there, whether I'm grinding or I want to play like a specific tank. But otherwise, pretty much, you know, you guys pick it. You did send me a message? That's strange, it didn't pop up. Try to send it again. If you want to platoon for a battle, I can fit you in if you'd like. I saw your comment, Leboba, on the one video. I'm glad you liked them. Hopefully, this week coming up, I should be able to get a couple other non-stream videos in. Probably gonna end badly here. Whoops. Especially with me running into the edge of the map there. See you, Dana. I hope you feel better. And it's that time of year, though. You know, I hope you get over your cold, though. That was definitely not worth that. I was like, maybe I can one-shot him. No, I couldn't. Sergeant Snowflake, if you watch that video, the T34 here, I used the 57mm. It's specifically like, it's kind of like a joke. He's our local Cape May Bubble weatherman. I'll try to post a link in the stream chats here for the video. It's on Facebook though, so not everyone will be able to watch it, I think, unless it's set to public. But like, he specifically, he does funny things, but it's only for like major storms. God. Yeah, I'm a goner. Alright, let me try to... copy this, because it's kind of, See you, Jackie. Scissors. I believe that link should work, for what I was talking about. If anyone's interested in seeing something. Thanks again, for another, a stream rank here. Randall and company. I am getting, you know, I have quite a bit of them that you guys suggested there to where I am going to be adding them in. I got the one in the other day. Since I had those stream problems to begin with, I kind of didn't get to adding in the other ones though. A time limit on chat? I do not believe so. It just, I think the chat server. Well, thank you very much, Will. I think it's just the chat server is not working too well right now, so that's probably why it didn't show up. But thank you very much. I'll take a look shortly. Okay, comment. T125, oh, text limit? Yes, there is a text limit. That is probably that. Which, thank you very much, Lebobo, for the tip. I forget the exact amount, but yes, there is a text limit. Glenn, the T125, I wouldn't say it's bad, but it does struggle a little bit. Mainly because there's a lot of high alpha guns at tier 10 now, and its armor, you know, it's decent, but it's not, you know, with the amount of premium rounds getting thrown around, it's not as good as it once was. Basically, it did need to get a nerf when they overbuffed the turret armor, but to me, it just needs a little bit, because it doesn't, you know, it's always kind of been like a jack of all trades, tier 10 heavy, but it's starting to lack a little bit in the damage department, I feel like, because it's facing a lot of tanks and even heavy tanks that it used to just be outclassed by TDs. Like, you know, they have higher alpha, most 750 or plus damage guns, but now there's starting to be like, say, like type 5s and stuff like that, to where you have heavy tanks that can just smack it and just smack it around, to where it's still good, but it's one of those tanks to where you might just struggle 1v1 on others. Blake, I responded to, you know, you saying you like me as a streamer. I see you posted something else about T30 being your grind right now. But yes, I did respond to that. More or less, you know, I'm glad you found me as a streamer and kind of explained how the stream worked, as far as I do tank requests every stream, and you know, more or less to get tank requests done faster on like the individual basis, usually they fill up fairly fast each stream, like in the first battle or two, to where I can get requests done quickly in the beginning. Or if you have Discord, there's a link in the video below. You can actually pre-request the tank on Discord before the stream starts. Jeffrey, that's my fiance. She was in a few minutes ago. But ooh, that's gonna hurt. I always try my best though, you know, streaming. I really like watching streamers that actually interact with, you know, people watching them. So I try to tailor the stream to where, you know, if you guys want to see me play a specific tank, I'll play it for you. To where, you know, I don't really like watching people that don't kind of cater to their viewers, if that makes sense. Alright. Unfortunately, I can't keep poking here, given my allies kind of died. Thank you, Will. Okay. Oh my god, that hurt. 453 damage, and I'm dead. Oh, kudos to the PZ4. I knew I was gonna... Oh. I knew I was gonna be in trouble there. I should have ran away faster, but he penned me with an HE round. That really hurt. I really wish the person that was up there with me didn't push hard. I really needed at least one other person to be up there. No problem, Glenn. Sure, I can get you in a platoon here, Will. I can play a couple. I have a couple tier 9s in the queue if you wanted to. I know sometimes it's hard given the time zone differences to platoon together. So tier 10, I have the AMX 30B, and then I'll get to the Scorpion G request as well. I'm just gonna pass over it real fast right now. Yeah, it was, he had the 105 or the 10.5 centimeter. Yeah, I know sometimes it's hard for you to platoon, Will, so I can do a couple fights here. Yes, I did, Kevin. I actually forgot to mention that for the stream here. I mentioned I posted earlier the one for the NA server, where you can get free personal missions, or free personal reserves, I mean. But for anyone that does play World of Warplanes or just wants some free premium time for World of Tanks, look up, which actually just go to readastatusreport.live. It's the second post on there, the newest ones, or just Google Rita's status report World of Tanks and it'll pop up. There's a free code you can get, I believe it still works, for the NA server for World of Warplanes. There's like 4 or 5 free premium planes, 500,000 credits, 3 days premium of time, and I think there might be one other thing in there. But yeah, it's real easy to do. You just have to make an account on SteelSeries, which they're not a shady company. Honestly, it's the company I have the mouse, it's my mouse pad company. So just some free nice stuff, where even if you don't play World of Warplanes, you can get yourself, you know, a little bit of premium time for World of Tanks. Yeah, I was playing with fire as far as banking on him missing me. You're having some pretty interesting matches today, it seems like, Lebobo. I really hate T67s as well, Blake. I think most people hate them. Like, playing them is one thing. Honestly, I have one now, I think. Didn't have one up until, I think, a couple weeks ago. But I don't know why Wargaming won't rebalance that thing. It's been needing some rebalancing for years now. I say, there we go. I got a couple people moving up now. I was really hesitant about pushing up. I'm mainly concerned I might get hit by him, but we need to get this WZ out. Just keeping an eye back there. Really bad time for my nose to be itchy. Thank you, ST, for coming up, but... Oh lord, this is actually gonna turn bad. Need to run, run, run. I will try. Oh god, he's not running. He's running forward. At least we still got some damage in. I feel bad for ditching that guy, but it turned from good to bad for us very quickly there, from not being able to get the WZ out. And them also pushing 3 tanks here instead of just 1 or 2. But I find it better to play this side aggressive. Come on, we got a couple people behind me. It's just if they push into me, I'm gonna be done for. I'm tempted to take a shot at the E75, but I can't risk getting hit by him. The World of Tanks bonus key, I'll paste it after this battle here. It is for the North American server only. It's a free code because they screwed up the 5X event after Christmas. They did it a couple days early instead of on the weekend. But I'll try to post something for the SteelSeries thing as well. Actually closer than I thought it would be. There's a Strev 1030 hanging back near their base, so I actually cannot pen, or not pen, I can't fight there. Like, I might actually get already where I'm at right now, but I can't fight. Ooh, that scared me. I heard the Panther 8.8 driving behind me. I'm like, crap, someone's gonna flank me. But it's like where that Panther is. That's a very fine line between where the Strev can hit and where he cannot. The World of Tanks code, you're just gonna basically go right to the North American server, like worldoftanks.com. Go into the premium shop and hit redeem wargaming code, and you'll be able to redeem it, and you get 5 200% boosters to experience. I think they last like an hour or two per. For World of Warplanes, you're just gonna go to the Steel Series URL I'm gonna post. I'm hoping this guy can't see me this far. And all you have to do is sign up for a Steel Series account, which it's just an email and make a password. Honestly though, they do make pretty damn good mouse pads. I've had this one for years and it still works fine. It's different than most though. I bought one of their higher end ones. And then you just do that and hit redeem code, and it'll pop a code and you put it into the same spot in the premium shop. Thank you, Randall, for posting that. So there's the World of Tanks one that Randall posted there. Yeah, I see that there's guys over there. Fortunately, I'm pretty much one-shottable. I wouldn't say that the Will should go back. Because we don't have HP to where we can't really honestly reset the base that many times, even if we needed to. I guess I'm gonna have to though, because the AMX 65T isn't gonna be able to. Oh well. He took a little bit long going that way as well. I thought he was closer. I hate getting capped out. Come on, Conqueror Gun Carrier. Shoot! Our Artie's not even shooting. He should have the gun arc to do it, but oh well. Okay, they're out of the World of Warplanes one. That's unfortunate. There were only, I think, 10,000, so not surprising that they went pretty fast. But usually, for anyone that does want to keep up on codes, the best, which specifically it says, yeah, they are out, but this was the website I was talking about here. It didn't even, the URL's too long. Hello, Daniel. Nice to see you. But yeah, unfortunately for the NA code for World of Warplanes, it is out from what they said. I just looked at it too. But if anyone does want codes that Wargaming occasionally posts, which unfortunately we lost here, I always post them up on Discord. I'm not gonna like pop off a live stream for one, because I'm not always home to actually do one. So let me do a T30 here. But they'll be posted in Discord. I post them. Graham posts them. Other people also post them as well. Or follow read a status report.live. There's the dailybounce.net or the World of Tanks Reddit page. Usually the codes go up there very fast before they hit like the live servers. Hello Floyd, nice to see you. Hope all is well. Sorry, Jeffrey. I did platoon with you for one battle. It was only on Twitch, unfortunately, because that I had the problems with OBS earlier. Which, let me start, because of those problems, I'm going to start another raffle, and I'm going to do one at the end of the stream as well. Yes, the one that Floyd posted and also Randall posted, that is the only limit to that is it expires January 9th, to where it's for NA only, basically, if you remember, the 5x for your first win, it started, I believe, the day after Christmas. It was supposed to start that weekend instead, but they screwed it up, so that's where they're giving this out instead. But honestly, I thought in the beginning of stream how I kind of screwed up there and it wasn't streaming to YouTube. I tried out Streamlabs. They put out yesterday their own version of OBS. So it incorporates a lot of Streamlabs elements right into it and apparently saves you some CPU usage. I tried setting that up. Excuse me. But I didn't like it, to be honest. The screen, it was, you know, it's a lot different than what I'm used to where it actually took up a lot more space on my second monitor. And it also, so the thing I liked about it, but it didn't work for me. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's working for anybody yet, even though Streamlabs says it does, is down the road, Streamlabs chat box and chatbot, I would be able to use that and display both Twitch and YouTube in the stream at the same time without it looking all god-awful like it did the last attempt that I did at that. However, when I was trying to get, I forget who popped in. Somebody popped in when I was spamming test across my YouTube chat earlier. Unfortunately, it didn't work for Google or YouTube. It only worked for Twitch, and I kind of looked it up, and unfortunately there's a bug right now and it's not working for YouTube chat. But that is something I do want to do, to have both chats up on this screen. I tried figuring out my overlay to get that to look nice, and I couldn't pull it off. So until that works from Streamlabs, I'm gonna have to kind of hold off on that. Hoping I don't get too much damage here, but I knew I could pop off. Okay, get a little close with the mouse in there. Jeffrey, I can't make any promises, honestly. As far as platooning goes, like I'm platooning here for a few battles with Will, and I did one with you earlier before my stream was all messed up, but I platoon Thursdays and Fridays for the first half of streams. That's really all I can commit to, and the way that they work is all you got to do is message me, and I'll do my best to play as many battles with, you know, people depending on how many people want in and also what type of tanks you want. You only have up to tier 5, so I only can do maybe 1-2 battles with you a stream. That's because, you know, tank requests come first and foremost. I do tank requests, you know, from viewers first for platoons, to where most of them typically are tier 8 to 10. So that's, you know, kind of the #1 priority for me. Yeah. Really wanted to ban him. Anyway. Hey, you might bring your grandfather a little bit of luck if you entered a raffle, which you did. Alright, I need to do something here. Yeah, I'd be a little bit careful about Artie there. I'm gonna nudge up a little bit further. That guy's tempting me. I'm trying to get the Malshin out, to be honest. I wish I would have got him with the last shot, but I was wishful thinking with that one. Go. No, the hill was not. If I was in a T28 from this side, honestly, I would go to the town. but that's just me. Congrats, Grigsby, on winning the raffle. We're on a hot streak. I'm gonna have one more raffle at the end of the stream too, guys. So far, a pretty decent fight. You know, T30, I really wish it was a heavy tank again, but I'm starting to do a little bit better with it. It's just, you know, you just need to really play this tank like you're gonna miss every shot if it's further away than like point blank. It's just, you know, the on the move accuracy while moving your turret too, the stats aren't too great to where it's got a lot of pop to it, good gun depression and good turret front, but you know, unfortunately, you know, hitting every single shot is not one of its strengths. This guy I feel like is gonna pop out here again. Could be wrong though. I'm not necessarily safe where I'm at. Ah. He's so lucky. I don't know how. That wasn't even... I bounced off of him. I actually did not pen him there. That was a straight up bounce. You gonna go play Powerball? Yes, don't forget us if you win it. I'm gonna say Ryan and I only did the lottery, like Powerball, whatever, once, and that was last year. We got some. Oh, God. No. I see a Strev 103B. I see a T100 behind me. I'm going for the Strev. I'll be able to get more damage off on him and hopefully help my team out more. We won some lottery tickets at somebody's Christmas party, so we took like the winnings from those, which was like 20 bucks, and bought you know, Powerball tickets and kind of kept going on that till we ran out of money, which was only like 2 or 3 attempts. Thank God I got that. Fortunately, we're not out of the woods, and I might actually die here before anyone can help me. Oh, thank God, Conqueror Gun Carrier. Help! Oh God, he's one-shottable. The T28's one-shottable. Not good. I don't know where that Artie is either. Alright. That's not a bad setup. I believe you probably have the 120. Once you get the larger gun, I would say, even though it is pretty inaccurate, it is worth getting the larger gun. Thank God they got him. Yeah, we can platoon for one more fight. Oh my God. That was a very, very poor shot. glad they killed him and he bounced. Nice, you got an ace in it? See, I have a love-hate, mostly hate relationship with the T30, but as long as I can play it like I do here, where I didn't take too many risks early, you can typically get a good match with it. But I did get an Ace Tanker award, so thank you very much for requesting that one, Blake. And a high caliber. Uh-oh. I think, did you pop out of the... And a high caliber award. 6,000 damage. The end of the day, that's pretty damn good, even for a T30. Yeah, pretty good match here. Thanks again for requesting that one. You've broken my, I guess, aceless streak into T30 for quite some time. But thanks again for picking that tank. That worked out pretty damn well. I have a Scorpion G up next for the next pick here. Yeah, just get a couple things situated here. That's 2 aces in the stream. much better than the last stream I had here. And the one before that. Thanks for the friend request as well. The last raffle of the stream looks like we're gonna have a pretty big pot here for the winner. I'm kind of upset that I screwed the beginning of the stream up because I think some people got those notifications like so-and-so's live streaming and then nothing was there for the first 20 minutes. Oh well. This is gonna be a tricky map here. Okay. Which my next stream is gonna be coming up Sunday, starting at 8 p.m. Same time as today. Well, hopefully 8 p.m. instead of 8:20. See you, Cut. Good night. Thanks for watching. Sunday, pretty much going to run the same thing where I'm going to solo, take tank requests. We'll vote on Tuesday's stream, unless somebody purchases something, which I think might happen. But pretty much every Sunday we vote for the game of the week, so we'll be voting on that midway through the stream for Tuesday night stream. I might be able to throw in one extra stream early next week, so we may get another or 2 non-World of Tanks streams next week instead of just one. Did I get the joke? Oh. No. Oh. I did not get the joke. Jokes go right over my head, to be honest, especially streaming. Really, like, I love jokes and, like, I'm mainly practical jokes, but I'm usually better when I have time to absorb things. Well, thanks for, you know, GG. I'm glad this was an interesting one. Oh my god. Not good. I need to, here goes most of my HP because the RU is going to hit me again. I thought I was safe there, getting a shot in the Panther 2, but nope. Engine damaged. Bounce off the Panther 2 somehow. Yeah, that did not work out in the least bit. My poor engine. It's hanging around here to see if I can get a shot on the T34. Uh-oh, never mind. Shot on the M46. Honestly, I do not play the Scorpion G well at all. I don't know what it is about it. It's a good tank. I just can't make it work. Optics, they provide what? I forget. 10% bonus or something. I forget the specific. Basically, optics are always working, no matter what. If you're moving, you know, stationary, binocs only work basically the same as a camo net. You have to be stationary for a certain amount of time. I personally don't use binocs. I always use optics because I play pretty aggressively, but also, you know, I like things that always work, to where, you know, if it's late in a game and I have to push on somebody, I know that I'm gonna have like basically equal footing. Like if they're running optics and you're running binocs and you're trying to push on somebody, more or less they're gonna be able to spot you sooner, regardless of what type of tank they're in. So okay, that's what I thought it was, 10 and 25, but I didn't want to I tried not to get myself down the rabbit hole with specifics during a stream sometimes, unless I'm like 100% sure. But yes, I would basically say that I missed this shot. He's probably gonna die before, like, granted he's AFK, but I would say, like, I can look in the garage at some point that well, yes, the Scorpion is paper Pez. I think it's mainly the size of the turret, specifically this amount above the gun that gets me. But I would say I maybe have one tank with binocs on it, and that's pretty much it. But we won the match. That's my typical Scorpion G match. I guess I could. Yeah, I know you have like tier 9 and yeah, I can do one more here to where I'm gonna be able to do the T49 and the bat. I can do one in the T25 too. Sorry, Cut, I missed your message earlier. I'm glad you enjoyed the T30 match, Blake, as well. But yeah, as far as my depot here, getting to equipment on vehicles, let's see here. When it comes to coded optics, I have 200 of them on my tanks. And when it comes to binocs, it's actually probably going to be 0. Come to think of it. I'm not seeing any. Nope, I've got 0 of them. So, yep, I would say go with coded optics on pretty much everything. But that's just me. I would say the only tank line that probably could use binocs would be the Grill 15 line. But, you know, as far as the typical Scorpion G thing, there's nothing wrong with playing it that way, like sitting back far. It's kind of what it's meant to do. I tend to play a little bit too aggressive in things that shouldn't a lot of times, but that's just kind of how I've always played the game. But up after this, I'm going to have a T49 match and also a Batchat 25T match. I'll probably have enough. I might do like a grind match at the end of the stream as well. But I'll run another raffle towards the end as well. Hello, AK. But hopefully, you know, anybody around the Northeast that's had this snowstorm, hopefully everyone's doing all right through it. Or if you live a little further up north and you're still getting hit by it. Yeah. Like tomorrow, I think it's going to be the first day where Ryan and I really travel out of our little neighborhood here. I'm probably gonna have to help my grandparents out quite a bit. I don't think they actually had anyone shovel them out yet, because I don't think that they have landscapers that were gonna do it. I don't think they could even get to them because their street wasn't plowed. But Yeah, it'll be an interesting Saturday. Well, Carl, they're actually starting that back, surprisingly. So, oh, I live in New Jersey. Like, we got 1.5 feet of snow yesterday. Basically, yesterday morning, more or less. To where we usually get 1.5 feet of snow in probably like a year and a half. If that. Like, last year we got like 10 inches of snow throughout the whole winter, I believe. And it didn't even feel like that. It was like 60 degrees in the January. What else was I gonna say though? Oh, the bonus codes. Wargaming's toying with the idea. I completely disagree with what they're doing, but the Object 25U, they were talking about, I don't know if it's going to be specifically for Russia, because it was speaking about the Russia server. So they're going to put an Object 252U code and like other rare premiums like that in with newer tank models with companies, where when you put the code in, you don't get the Object 252U for free. You get a free 30-day rental, I believe. It was like, or no, it was like 30 or 90-day rental, to where you could play it, and then after that, you could purchase it for gold if you wanted it. So that's basically like 10,000 gold at the end of the rental. So in a way, you know, it's a slippery slope, I think, about them doing stuff like that when it comes to like the Object 252U. They would sell a ton of tank models, but that's something they mentioned they're gonna do this year. I personally disagree with it, but it could be worse. Yep, there's another Scorpion G. I was really concerned with their Scorpion Gs about getting out and getting smacked by them. Hoping we can get this one out though. I know the Tiger P's on my left, and there's 3 already, but there we go, we got him out. Awesome. This M41's a very big problem here. Type 62 a little bit less so. He made a few mistakes. Thankfully that Yag Panther, he just saved me from him pushing. Whether or not that's a good thing remains to be seen. But well, yes, they get the money out of you twice. It's smart on their part, but it is also kind of, not shady, because people going into it know it, but it is, to me, a little bit on a slippery slope. Still need to shovel noob a lot? Well, good luck with that. Hopefully you don't hurt your back at all. But yeah, I actually like shoveling snow, to be honest. I'm weird, I know. I did it. I just got nailed by a Scorpion G. I did it all in one go. Like, while I'll admit I won't like shoveling snow if I have to do it multiple times, but I just stayed out there for like two plus hours and just did it all. But there's just something, I don't really exercise or anything outside of like walking Levi and like working and stuff, but I find that's my exercise in the winter. Be careful. That bulldog is honestly keeping them in this. Awesome. Thank you for getting him out. Well, that's part of our thing is, it's been so cold here. All this snow's not going anywhere until minimum like Tuesday. It's supposed to like rain and snow on Tuesday. But I like the snow though. I just wish Levi, he'll probably be a little bit better in it tomorrow, to where I might be able to get a video of him in it. Thanks, William, for the fight. So it was fun. Let me get into the T49 now. Definitely gonna finish these tank requests here. I've got T49, Batchat 25T. So let me get the giveaway 2100 Levi biscuits for the winner. But I think it'll be a little easier for Levi to go out tomorrow since it's going to be really cold, but a lot of the snow, specifically the roads, like today I was watching, it was like bumper cars out there. So, you know, like I was saying earlier in the stream, our township actually doesn't have enough snow plows to deal with 1.5 feet of snow that's not going to melt in basically, you know, a week, to where they had basically the trash truck drivers in Ford F-250s with plows on the front of them, like miniature ones, just ramming snow like across the roads. There was like 3 of them, because our neighborhood's like a circle with a square around it. There was like 3 of them doing it, and I'm like, we can't walk the dog right now. Here we go again. Hopefully it looks like I'm gonna have 2 Scorpion G's, a Grill 15. I'm gonna get some spots out of this, I feel like. I'm going for it. I just need to keep him right. Well, don't need to keep myself here. They should be able to hit him now, though. Awesome, we got him out. Trying to get myself a little bit safer here. Got 3,000 assists. Even though I lost most of my HP and I'm probably gonna stupidly die here. They killed a Scorpion G. It's important for a light tank, especially on encounter mode, to do that. Like, I would say it's pretty much a necessity for at least one person to get to where I did. I don't always like going there because you tend to get stuck and lose all your HP or just die, but it shows you how many people are pushing the town, and you almost can always get a giant amount of HP off of them. Your first Porsche for Levi biscuits? I'll have to work something out with some car dealers to start taking them. Now I'm countered. A lot more people are using that spot where that T54 lightweight is. I would use that spot a lot, specifically that bush there. There's also a little bush here to where you can effectively spot from that side, much like our T54 lightweight spotting from those bushes. You can spot from the center without actually pushing here. It's not as good to where you don't spot as far, but it still can be pretty effective at the end of the day. It's just like that T54 lightweight found out. You do get spotted much easier from there since you are closer, and if you do fire on anything, typically you die very quick. But it is a very useful spot, and it is kind of a counter to the center here. Persian's a goner. Well, the reason behind that is you can only paint the Panther 8.8 right now. Standard tier 8s that aren't premiums and anything outside of tier 10 can't use the paint option. That'll probably change in the next patch. Unless you're talking about like models. I might be reading your message wrong. But yeah, I'm sure we'll see a lot more pinkish Panthers coming out sooner than later. Still one heavy over there. We're not capping them because we're pretty far ahead. I'm probably gonna get myself killed here. Yep. I shouldn't have shot him, but luckily he did not pull my way. I would say this is going to be a pretty damn good fight, though, when it all shakes out. I'm going to hope that... Which, congrats, Matt, on winning the raffle. Oh, God. Do not trust my team to kill him now. He's still alive. Don't know how. I think they're all like, ah, he's back there. I'm going for this guy. He's a free kill over here. Charge. Huh? I didn't. I'm not going to get any damage out of here. I didn't want to ram anybody. There we go. I got one shot. Levi biscuits in the restaurant. I'll have to bring that up in our meeting soon. Which I got a mastery badge first class. Yeah, middle of the pack as far as damage, but most experience because of the which the E4 he did a lot of damage in the valley, but otherwise almost 5,000 assist damage. Can't beat that for you know, Lakeville there. Especially almost 3k plus of it came in the first like minute 30. That's how you want to fight. Thanks for watching, John. I got one more battle here, the VatChat 25T, and that's gonna be it for today most likely. Sorry that the beginning of the stream got messed up a little bit. Hopefully that's not going to happen again. Yeah, I'll have to bring up the Levi biscuit thing in my next next meeting with the family. Usually though, if anyone, you know, for whatever reason, if anyone does make their way, like Rich comes to Cape May at least once a year, if not more, you know, just let me know you're coming ahead of time, and that way, you know, usually I am working a lot unless it's the dead of winter, but, you know, I can at the very least, you know, at least pop out and say hi and chat with you for a little bit if I am at work. Or, unfortunately, was going to try to get Levi over to see Rich, but that didn't end up working out because of my schedule. Let me add something into the chatbot shop. Next stream, I'll add on for the first class, I'll add on the Levi biscuits here, since I'm not doing another raffle here. Can you attend a meeting? I don't think anybody wants to attend a meeting with my family, to be honest. Unless you're like, you know, I know how everyone in my family is, of course. People can get very offended very quickly if you don't realize, you know, how we talk to each other. Unfortunately, I did see whoever's Jumo on Twitch, or not Twitch, Discord. I did miss your request when you made it about 15 minutes ago, but it's the end of the stream here to where, unfortunately, this is my last battle, so I can't take a T62A or STB1 request since this is my last fight here. my next stream's coming up Sunday, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Feel free to pop in and request a tank then. Or for whoever is on Discord, Jumo, I gave you member permissions to where there is a tank requests section. Feel free to pop in and request there. This might actually be a really short match here as well if they decide to push. I'm really hoping that they don't. But yeah, we're all in here. And they're all in with a couple more tanks. This is all going to come down to if they push or not. If they don't, it'll be good. Oh my god. I would not have done that if I was that TVP. Oh my god, and our other TVP's running away. Yep, we're down so many tanks now. We're honestly going to completely... Yeah, we're gonna get clobbered. I'm not even gonna get all my shots off here. Yeah, I'm dead. This did not work out well. Unfortunately, yeah, that other TVV ran away. Not that that would have ended well, but I shouldn't have done that in a bat chat. Honestly, I play tanks without any armor. I play them crappy a lot of times, but yeah, unfortunately, you know, this is my last fight. It's getting a little bit late here. And you know, my streams run 8 to 11. But it was a fun stream nonetheless. Thank you very much for watching, guys. You know, again, anybody that's in this snowstorm that hit the Northeast, you know, hopefully everyone's staying warm at the very least. But you know, my next stream is gonna be Sunday, starting at 8 p.m. Hopefully, I'll see some of you guys then. Otherwise, next stream after that will be Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. Instead of 8 p.m. But, you know, happy tanking this weekend. You know, we have 3x for your first win on the NA server. So it'll help out a little bit with grinds. Whether you're grinding like the T30 or the T20. It'll help out a little bit. But, yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. It was a fun stream. Sorry that the beginning got messed up a little bit, but it's a little hard for me to pick up if restreams messing up from time to time. But yeah, thanks again for watching. See you guys. I'm not gonna stay around to the end because we're probably gonna get shut out here. So or never mind, we just killed 2 tanks. Until next time.